Hey, what's going on, guys? Just a quick discussion video today because my work decided to give me 3 back-to-back shifts with only 8 hours between each, despite the fact that I live about a 3-hour round trip away because, you know, safety first when driving large vehicles. Anyways, Ed saltiness aside, there is actually a topic I've been wanting to discuss ever since the reveal of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and just even with recent iterations of Pokemon, that being whether or not the classic era of Pokemon is dead. Now, this isn't an anti-Pokemon sentiment. In fact, this is more so looking at the direction of Scarlet and Violet in contrast to previous core iterations. Pokemon up to the 5th generation has been pixel art, turn-based RPGs with a relatively linear story to follow, badges to collect, evil teams to thwart, and a league to conquer. Gen 6 brought forth the same formula but in 3D, and Gen 7 kind of mixed it up a bit but followed the same general outline, having totems and trials in place of gyms, but was still generally the same sort of template, and then Generation 8 went back to the basics. Now, Scarlet and Violet still will be a turn-based RPG, but instead of a linear experience, the game is going to be open world for better or for worse. We don't really have enough information to know whether or not this will be a massive step up or a step in the wrong direction, but regardless of that, I think it's about time we come to terms with the fact that Pokemon games that are endeared by many hardcore fans like Emerald, like Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White 2, etc. aren't going to exist anymore with newer releases. I'm not saying that endeared games won't exist, they very well could. I mean, I really enjoyed Pokemon Legends, and I felt like it was a step in the right direction, but what I'm saying is that Pokemon for many will never be the same, and holding on to what once was, while understandable, won't really net any benefit to us fans. As much as people want to say games like Nexomon or Coromon or Temtem or whatever are Pokemon ripoffs or clones, I can go on all day as to why that isn't the case, but semantics aside, these games are emulating an experience similar to what is now a lost era. There's likely never going to be a core pixel art Pokemon game, or maybe even a non-open world Pokemon game now. And for some, that linear design and that old way of doing things is actually preferred. Me personally, as a fan of the franchise since the beginning, would seriously be happy if every game just had as much content as something like Platinum or Black and White 2 or Heart Gold and Soul Silver or whatever, just with a new region to explore and new enemies to face. I don't need the games to change a lot. I personally love the Pokemon formula as it was, and despite seeing a lot of people begging for drastic change, I've personally never been in that camp. I think Pokemon works for what it does, and while people wanted to use Generation 8 as an example of the formula getting stale, they oftentimes forget to mention the fact that Sword and Shield in many ways lacked what a lot of other games prior to it had. I even replayed Sword and Shield recently, and I still had fun because it's Pokemon, but I definitely noticed a lack of content in the main story and the post-game without paying for DLC. Anyways, my point is to say that it's time to accept that the Pokemon franchise has decided to go into this new direction, and for us fans that love the old school way of doing things, we're gonna have to get that fix from games like Nexomon or Coromon, or through fan games that don't get DMCA'd like ROM hacks and such. Again, we don't know much about Scarlet and Violet, and these titles could 1000% be great, but they'll be different, a different sort of great. Sort of like what I felt like with Legends. I loved it as a new installment, but I wouldn't want it to be the core main series games, if that makes any sense. Scarlet and Violet will definitely be much more traditional, but it'll still be very different in its own right. For example, they're likely going to have some sort of level scaling, we don't know if gyms will still be a thing, and we don't have any idea how story interactions will exist in this open setting as well. So yeah, things are going to be different from here on out, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, and whether or not the Pokemon franchise does take a step forward or back with these new games, I think that those looking to get that more classic Pokemon feel should definitely check out some monster taming games, because you'll be surprised at how quickly you can fall in love all over again. But yeah, just a quick video that I wanted to sort of get out and have act as a catalyst of sorts for discussion regarding this topic. I've seen a lot of people yearning for a Pokemon game that's like the ones I mentioned, with a battle frontier and a more classic approach, but alas, I think ORAS and BDSP show that that sort of battle frontier thing's never going to happen again, and even games like Let's Go and Legends sort of show that Pokemon seems to be more focused on the capture mechanic than the battling lately. A user had commented this in one of my videos, I can't find it now, but maybe that's why we haven't seen any battle-centric titles like Colosseum or Stadium make their way to the Switch. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this new direction? Do you yearn for a more traditional style of game? Definitely let me know, and with all that being said, if you are a fan of Pokemon or the monster taming genre that surrounds it, definitely subscribe to the channel because I put out new monster taming videos every single day. Oh, and for those who are fans already, just a heads up that the next few days are going to be a lot of fun for you Coromon players. I will say no more. Anyways, special thanks to our patrons, especially Dro Ghost, Jim Hamilton, Steel Case, and Dark Persona. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.